so
You're so
sweet.
great.
Oh, you're so great. Just everything about you is like, and then
Great is not love.
Yeah, I love you. You're great. Hey guys, it's Joanna and welcome back to another episode of It's Complicated on ISAtv, a show where we try to answer your complicated questions about love and romance. And last episode, he had so much great wisdom to say, so we thought we'd bring him back. Phil Wang from WANG Productions, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Sorry if I've ruined any kind of relationship since this episode because of my wisdom.
You made it better.
Oh, yeah, so much. So, what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about I love you. When
Whoa,
you say,
whoa.
Oh, sorry.
What are we talking about in the show?
Oh, sorry, is that too soon? Well, on topic. When is it too soon to say I love you?
What is it?
Is it like when is the right time to say I love you? Those big three words.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. So I guess it is different for like every relationship and every circumstance, but are there some general rules that apply to saying it?
General rules are you should probably be in a relationship with them first.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good one. Okay.
You should already
Number one.
acknowledge that you guys are in a boyfriend and girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
There should be a good amount of time. I know there's gonna be some people that are like, oh no, sometimes you just feel it. You just gotta go with your heart.
Yeah.
But I feel like those three words are very heavy.
Yeah.
And it does take your relationship to another level.
Yeah, it really does.
So you should think about anything that takes your relationship to other levels.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, you want to make sure that you're on the same page. You want to make sure that you actually really do know the person enough to really love them, and that it's not just like this fleeting thing of hormones and chemistry, and you're just like,
I don't know, what was the fastest you've said it or you've received it?
Oh, probably like when I was younger, within the first couple months.
What?
But he
Wait, this was like when you say younger, like are you talking about like you were like 12 and it's like I love you?
Yeah, we were dating. No, it was like I was like 17, 18.
A couple months?
So we were dating a couple months, and he was my first like serious boyfriend.
He's smooth.
He was, and it was so sweet. We were driving home from one of our dances. Because we didn't have our license, so his mom was driving us back, so we were in the seat of his car, the back seat of his mom's car driving.
His mom heard him say I love
you. It was really cool. I mean, he was holding my hand, and then he spelt it out in my hand. He wrote, I love you. And then we got to my door, I was like, I didn't, what were you was tickling, like, what were you trying to say? And he's like, I love you.
The real question is though, looking back on it, do you think you actually did love him?
I absolutely did.
In those 2 months or like
No, like now.
Those 2 months was just a whole bunch of BS.
Yeah, I was 17, what do I know? Yeah. Totally kidding. No, but I definitely did. I mean, it's a different kind of love than I can give someone now. Right,
because we understand our emotions a little bit better now, right?
Totally, yeah. But I for the time, for what it was and where we were at, I definitely did love him, and it was it felt right to do in that moment. I think that's a big thing. If it doesn't feel right to do, don't do it for any reason. Don't say I love you because you feel like they want you to say it.
Right.
Or
never
because
feel pressure.
Yeah, felt like you have to reciprocate it. What about you? So what's the longest that you've gone before you've said or have received I love you from someone?
The earliest I've ever said it was maybe like 6-7 months.
Oh.
Yeah. And the first time, so like your 2 month story, like, oh, like we're cute and young and naive, we don't know anything. Like, that resulted in 2 months. For me, it was like, it was a year. We went out for a year before. Because I feel like actually at that age, I was so scared of what those words meant.
Which makes sense, that
I actually wanted to be even more sure.
Yeah.
So it took a year for us it was actually on our 1 year anniversary.
Here's another question for that though. Yeah. What would you do if like what would your advice be if someone was like, said I love you, or someone told them I love you, and then like what should the proper response be if you're not ready but someone
if you're not ready?
Yeah. Because I think about that sometimes, because like nobody wants rejection or nobody likes that, but.
What would you say? Let me think.
Well, I that happened once, where someone said I love you, totally blindsided me. We did not talk about it. We did not realize this was gonna happen, and I in the moment was like, love you. Like, that's crazy.
Wait, and he couldn't tell from that response that
I think he did, because then he didn't say it for a while after that, and he could, and then I was sort of just trying to like, I don't know, it was just like overcompensating, being like, you're so sweet,
so great.
Oh, you're so great. Just everything about you is like, and then
great is not love.
Yeah, I love you. You're great.
I think I would definitely say like, like, you know, wow, I can't believe, you know, that you feel that way. That's like, I feel so thankful.
Yeah.
And I definitely feel like I'm on the way there,
Mm-hmm.
but this is why I have a hard time saying it right now.
That's a great answer. If we like that was said to me after I said I love you, I think I'd be like, okay. You know, all right.
All right, see, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I got transcripts, kids.
Yeah. Now, is there a difference, or what is the difference between loving someone and being in love with someone?
Oh, there's a huge difference.
Yeah, is there?
Huge difference.
Yeah.
I can love a lot of people, but you should only be in love with one person at a time.
Yeah. What's like the feeling difference?
I think being in love with someone has to require a little bit of like the superficial, a little bit of like the spark, that chemistry has to be there. And loving someone is kind of that deep appreciation, those deep emotions, but minus the attraction.
Yeah, I can see that.
Would that be it?
Yeah, it's because that can go across a broader spectrum, like with
Maybe,
your
yeah.
family and your
Survey
friends and
says,
stuff. Yeah.
if you can be happy for someone to find some happiness with someone else,
Yeah.
I think that is just loving someone.
Yeah.
But if you're like, I don't want you to be with anyone else, I only want you to love me.
Yeah.
Then I feel like that's like
love.
when you're like in love.
Totally, I
So.
completely agree.
But I think the difficult thing is like when you're in the relationship, it's hard to differentiate that when you're in it, because you never want to imagine your relationship with like, oh, them being gone, right? So and like if your world is always them, then it's going to be hard to see it that way. So so the reverse of that though is if you said it to someone and they didn't say it back to you.
Oh yeah, like how do you react to that?
Yeah, or how would that make you feel too?
If they said it from a very loving, gentle way and like responded in a way that I knew they still cared, but they just weren't ready, then I'd have to realize if I did love them, I'd be patient with them, and I'd understand that they need their own time, and it's only my ego that needs them to say it right now back.
Exactly. Oh, that's very rational for you to say. Whereas
I say now, but you put me in that situation, I'll be like, what is this?
I gave you everything.
How dare you? But yeah, I think
I would be pretty devastated.
Yeah, I mean anyone would, because it's a vulnerable thing to say I love you.
And I think that's why, knowing that I would be that devastated, I think that's why I'm so careful about getting to that point. So like when I think about, you know, when I'm just gonna say to someone, like for me there's no mystery. Like I'm gonna know that they're gonna say yes. I'm gonna know that they've been wanting to say it, and we've just been waiting for one of us to just finally.
And they've always said it back.
I've always said it back.
Okay.
Because I mean, honestly, because it's been so clear. It's been, and there's been times, you know, when there's definitely those times when you guys are both saying I like you, and it doesn't feel like it's enough anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good time to start assessing. Like, do you love this person?
Exactly. Yeah. And if after a while you're like, oh yeah, I really like you. Like it feels. It
doesn't have enough oomph to it. Like, so now it's time for our viewer submitted question. Let's see. What age did you guys have your first relationship, and what do you think is the normal age to start a serious relationship?
I feel like at different ages a serious relationship is defined by different things. Like it's like, oh, in high school a serious relationship means that you're going steady, or you're not talking to anyone else, or he has a car and he gives you a ride to school.
Yeah, I was so serious.
We went to homecoming and winter formal together. Yeah. He's my boyfriend.
That's true though.
I think you know, kids are definitely like pretty mature these days. And, like, you know, like you want to have a steady boyfriend, and you know you're not talking to anyone else. And you want to have that companionship. You could have that at different ages.
Yeah, I think as long as you both like really care about the other person and really respect the other person, then
you should
16.
16. I'm not gonna put an age on it.
Just kidding.
Some kid out there is gonna show their mom or something. Like, look,
it's a fact.
Phil from WANG Foods says that I should be able to date right now, and then they hit me. I do think it's never too early to start learning about your emotions.
Yes, that's very true.
And dealing with them and facing them, whether it comes in the form of rejection or in the form of, you know, affirmation. Yeah. When you have your kid.
Oh yeah.
When would you let them?
35. I would say when you're old enough to get married, you can start dating. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of It's Complicated on ISAtv. Make sure you tweet us your questions or click the link below to submit questions to be answered by us. And thank you so much to Phil for joining us.
I feel like I learned a lot today.
I did too.
Even though we're the ones giving like the advice, like, as we're talking about,
we're like figuring out and learning that it's not so complicated.
We're all learning together, guys.
There you go. Thanks everyone.
Bye.
See ya.